This is the military stretch. What you want to do is you want to pull your shoulders back and down, lift your chest, reach your hands behind you and see if you can interlace your fingers. You want the heels of your hands pressing together and not the wrists bent. This is a more stable position. If you have a hard time clasping the hands together, you can use a towel or a strap and try to walk your hands in towards each other. What you want to do is you want to interlace your fingers, hook your thumbs into the tailbone, and then you want to further pull the shoulders back. Keep the shoulders pulled back with the chest lifted and begin to straighten the arms away from the back. You'll feel the stretch in the front of your chest and shoulders. If your shoulders start to roll forward or you round your back, you want to bring the hands back to the sacrum. Once again, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, and begin to move the hands away from the back. Be careful not to hyperextend the elbows as you see here. This is the brachial plexus stretch. It is great for wrists, elbows, shoulder, neck, and upper back pain and injuries. What you want to do is stand sideways to the wall where your arm is outstretched fully, and you want to face your fingers behind you so that the fingers are parallel to the floor. You want the hand at shoulder level, not too far up, down, forward, or back, but you want it right at shoulder level, and you want to spread the fingers and stretch the fingers out on the wall so you're spreading the hand open. And then what you want to do is you want to come and get the shoulder to pull back and down and in the socket. A lot of people have a hard time getting that shoulder back and down and keeping it firmly in that shoulder socket. Once you get your shoulder engaged in the socket, you want to look at where the crease of the elbow is. You want that crease of the elbow facing more forward rather than upward, so you want to slightly rotate the crease of the elbow forward, making sure that you do not hyperextend the elbow. And come back to your shoulder and hand. Make sure your shoulder and hand does not move. When you move the crease of the elbow, a lot of people want to lift that shoulder out of the socket. So you want to squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back, lift up through the chest, get that shoulder pulled back, and work the crease of the elbow forward. You should be feeling a stretch anywhere along the forearm, up into the upper arm, into the chest, and the ribs. If this is not challenging enough for you, you can start to turn your chest open, even turning your feet towards the center of the room, making sure the shoulders are staying level and not allowing the right shoulder to dip and the other shoulder to elevate. Okay, so level the shoulders out. Once again, pull the shoulder back in the socket, and then you can proceed with your stretch. Paying close attention to the elbow, making sure it doesn't hyperextend where you see this weird angle here. And you'll hold for 3 to 5 breaths. This is the eagle arm stretch. It is a yoga asana that helps stretch the neck, the tops of the shoulders, the shoulder blades, and underneath the armpits. What you want to do is you want to bring your arms out to the side, bend the elbows, draw the elbows together in front, keeping the shoulder pulling back in the socket. You want to cross one elbow on top of the other. Ideally, you want to wrap the forearms around each other until the palms and fingers meet. If you are unable to connect the hands in the palmar surface, then you can press the backs of the hands together. If you cannot get the backs of the hands together, this is probably not a good stretch for you. It may be too advanced. So once you wrap the forearms around each other, you want to lift the elbows to shoulder height, move the hands away from the face so we keep more than a 90-degree angle at the elbow, and then drop the shoulders back and down. Keep the head moving back in space. Don't let the head come forward. Don't let the back or shoulders round. You want to pull the shoulders back, down, lift the tips of the elbows up above the shoulder, and move the hands away from the face, and you should feel this deep stretch in the back of the neck and across the tops of the shoulders. Then you will switch to the other side, wrapping the other arm. This is the Apley stretch or the back scratch stretch. What you want to do is bring one arm above the ear, the other arm by your side, bend the elbows, and see if you can connect the fingers behind you. If you cannot, you can use your yoga strap Just put it in the upper arm and try to walk your hand up the strap. What you want to do is you want to pull the shoulders back and down, lift the chest up, and you should feel a stretch in the tricep area, the front of the shoulder. This is the shoulder tie stretch. It's good for shoulder flexibility, which will help with neck and upper back issues as well. What you want to do is you want to use a yoga strap, and you want to grab the strap in the middle so that there's equal loose ends. The arms should be about hip distance and shoulder distance apart. You want to stand up straight and tall with the shoulders back and the head on top of the shoulders. Do not let the head come forward because the shoulders will round and the blades will pull up the back, which will restrict shoulder range of motion. So pull the shoulders back and down. Bring the arms out in front of you. You want to anchor the shoulders back in the sockets when you do this. Once the arm comes above the shoulders, you may have to pull the arms out on the tie so that you feel that stretch in the front of the shoulders without bending the arms or creating ratcheting movements. And reverse your motion, coming back to starting position and repositioning your hands again at shoulder and hip level apart or distance apart. Bring the arms up, keep the shoulders pulling away from the ears, bring the arms back behind you, and repeat. A mistake. This is called the reach, roll, and lift. This is a shoulder stabilizing exercise as well as a strengthening exercise for the shoulder. What you want to do is you want to come down into a child's pose position, bringing the arms out in front of you. You want to spread the fingers really wide and get very active in the hands. You'll pull the shoulders away from the ears so you create space here. So your hand sort of gets drugged back towards your body. What you want to do with one arm, you want to stabilize the shoulder in the socket, but you'll reach that arm forward, not allowing the shoulder to rise toward the ear, but keep the shoulder pulled down the back. You'll roll to the knife edge, pinky side of the hand, lift from the armpit first and lift the hand up off of the floor. Hold for a second or two. Lower down, controlled, flat hand, and relax. You're going to reach, keeping that shoulder back in the socket. Roll to the knife edge side of the hand and lift. And lower down. Reach, roll, lift. And reach, roll,